Hey, my friends, AD here. This week, our topic is abundance. And not from the normal perspective, but from the perspective of you being able to recognize that there's abundance all around you, which will cause your focus to shift on from what you don't have to what you do. And that's going to be key in attracting abundance into your life. Let's get started. Welcome to Better Is Now, the podcast. I believe we live in a world filled with limitless possibilities. And in this world, we are all looking to feel, do, and to be better. From that limitlessness, gentle nudges arise to remind us of our own possibilities. Today's nudge is about to begin right now. All right, so let's just jump right in. Our topic this week, we're gonna get comfortable. We're gonna talk about abundance. Abundance is everywhere, or the desire for abundance is everywhere. Everybody's looking for a little more money. I think wealth is a thing that most of us, really want to attract into our lives, but it seems to be one of the most elusive things ever. And so because it's so elusive, it's just a topic that comes up all of the time. Many of the clients that I work with, when it comes to my success coaching practice, they're looking for abundance. I work with executives that are trying to raise their financial thermostat. And that thermostat is just like the thermostat in your house. Once it reaches a certain level of comfort, then it's okay. But once it reaches a certain level, it's not okay. All of us have a financial thermostat to where, we're comfortable or where we're not comfortable. And I think one of the things that we have to realize, if you want to shift, if you want to attract more wealth into your life, you have to make a couple of changes. But before we get into the mechanics of it, I really want to talk about what abundance is to me and what I have experienced as abundance. I believe abundance is a construct. I believe abundance is a matrix in it of itself, that it has its own look. It has its own feel. It has a smell. It has everything. It has its own frequency. And because it has its own frequency, the question is, if you want more abundance in your life, I believe the real question is, are you tuned into the frequency of abundance? Many of us have been to, you've been to expensive restaurants, and when you walk into the restaurant, it feels a particular way. Or you've stayed at a really, really nice hotel. Or if you've been lucky enough to go and stay at a resort, that resort has a feel. A country club has a feel. A golf course has a feel. And that feel is based on the energy that is flowing in and around and through it. And abundance is, and it feels good. Wealth feels good. Wealth and luxury are your natural state. It really is. That's why many of us are constantly looking for it and constantly craving it, because it is your natural state. But the problem is we aren't tuned into the frequency of money. So therefore, we don't attract the wealth into our lives as we should. So let's kind of break that down. What do I mean by that? If abundance is a frequency, it's almost like it's almost like a television frequency, or television waves, or radio waves, or cell phone waves. They're all around us, like right now. This signal, however you're watching me, whether you're on your phone, whether you're on your iPad or your tablet or your computer, or you're in your television, there's a signal that is coming in. But that signal at some point in time went through the air. But if you weren't tuned into the frequency of it, you would not be watching this. Just like television or radio. If you want to listen to 101.5, the only way that you're going to get the music that plays through 101.5 is to actually turn the dial to 101.5. If you have it tuned into 92.7, you're not getting that frequency. So therefore, that won't be your experience. It's the same thing when it comes to wealth and abundance. If you are not experiencing the wealth that you feel that you deserve or that you really, really want, it is because you are not tuned in to the frequency of abundance. It has a feeling, it has a vibration because it has a frequency, and you can tune into that construct. So the key that you have to understand is that one of the reasons why wealthy people, you can take everything away from wealthy people. They can lose it all. And in a matter of time, a very short period of time, they will have attracted their wealth back into their coffers again, and sometimes even more than they had before. Why is that? Because the matrix for which they operate from, the matrix for which they think, they're tuned into the vibration of wealth. So wealth is that station is tuned into their being, is tuned into their bank account, is tuned into their life. So because that's the reality, that is their reality, abundance. Conversely, what about poor folks? Poor people, poor people, there's no one on the planet that talks about money more than poor people. But the problem is from what aspect? They typically are talking about it from the aspect of what they don't have. And you've always heard me say, where our focus goes, energy flows and manifestation soon follows. If you are focused on what you don't have all of the time, if your conversations are of such that all you're talking about is what you don't have and what you're missing and the opportunities that you haven't taken or that you missed or whatever it is or lack or you feel lack, then obviously you need to check yourself because you are tuned in to the frequency of lack and want. Yes, lack and want has its own frequency too. Poverty has a frequency too. Poverty is a construct just like prosperity and abundance is a construct. And just as wealthy people tune into the construct or the frequency of abundance, so do poor people tune in to the frequency of lack and want. Let that soak in for a moment. So again, if you are in a season where you are not experiencing that which you truly want to experience, the question is, what are you tuned into? So we're talking about abundance though. So how is it that you can shift your focus and tune into abundance? And here's a simple way to do it. If you're going to pull out a piece of paper and a pen, do it right now. The best way to tune into abundance is to look around your life right now and be aware of all that is abundant in your space. I know you may be like, AD, I'm broke. I got 45 cents in my account. Yes, you have 45 cents in your account. Some people are negative $45 in their account. So if you can shift the way you look at things, Wayne Dyer would always say, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And because that is the truth, that is the reality. And you hear me say it all the time, where your focus goes, energy flows and manifestation soon follows. Shift your focus to be respectful and to be grateful for the abundance that you already have. Abundance comes in many forms. Abundance can come in the form of good health. It comes in the form of good relationships. It comes in the form of a love-filled home, happy children, healthy children. It comes in the form of having a vehicle that starts up, a vehicle that you can even actually put gas in. You know, there's so much that you can be thankful for right now. And if you are, if you tune into what you already have right now, the abundance that you have in your life, something magical is going to happen. It's like just like being in a relationship. Nobody wants to be in a relationship where they're not regarded and respected and loved. So let's just say you have a wife or you have a significant other, and your significant other does all of these amazing things for you. But because you're so accustomed to the amazing things that they do for you, you take them for what? Granted. And you take them for granted. And after a period of time, our significant other may choose to say, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. Well, what do you think abundance is doing in your life? Because you pay no respect to the abundance that you already have. You don't even acknowledge the abundance that's in your life. So do you think the abundance that's already in your life is going to bring more abundance to you? No, because you do not respect and regard the abundance that you already have. The moment you start to thank your significant other for cooking you an amazing meal. Thank you so much for everything that you do to make my life even better. Thank you so much for being kind to me, because people don't have to be nice to you. But the more you thank somebody for the great things that they do or for who they are in your life, do you think they'll be more willing to give you more of what they've been giving you? Yes, absolutely. And that is the same thing that abundance does. If you can recognize how wealthy you already are and how much abundance you have in your life, and you're grateful for that, and you've always heard me say this too, that gratitude is the great summoner. For whatever you're grateful for, you'll attract more of that to you, because gratitude is kind of like pouring fuel onto a fire. It's like pouring fuel onto a fire. And so if your abundance is so great, and you look at everything that you have in your space in this moment, you can tap into an unlimited amount of wealth and prosperity by tuning into the frequency of abundance. How do you tune into the frequency of abundance? By acknowledging, by recognizing, embracing, and loving, and being thankful for that which you already have. There's a scripture that says that whatever you desire in your heart, believe that you have already received it and it shall be yours. If you are desiring of more abundance to come into your life, be grateful for what you have right now. It will shift your vibration. It will shift your focus and your frequency from what you don't have to what you do have. And when you do that, it opens up the floodgate of opportunity for the universe to bless you even more, because you've acknowledged what you already have. Why? Because it places you in vibrational harmony with the matrix of abundance. See how simple that is? But you have to be mindful of your thoughts. Catch yourself when you're having one of those pity party moments, when you're worried about bills and you're worried about what you don't have. Check yourself in that moment and say, you know what? I'm thankful for actually having a roof over my head. I'm thankful for having the bills that I do have. And I'm thankful for actually having more money than I need for my bills. Now, even though your bank account may not be reflective of what you're saying, and I'm not telling you to lie to yourself, and I'm not telling you to fake it until you make it. I'm talking about being grateful for the thing that you have before you experience it. Because here's the thing that I believe and I have lived by. Whatever you ask for, it already exists somewhere out there in the universe. Whatever it is that you're looking for, whether it's a new relationship, a new car, new friends, new job opportunity, whatever it is that you're looking for, it already exists. So you can be thankful for it because it already exists. The difference is you just have not experienced it yet. And how do you experience it? By way of your focus. Whatever you focus on, Where your focus goes, energy flows, manifestation soon follows. So being that we're talking about abundance, tune into the frequency of it by shifting your focus from what you don't have to what you do have. And even if it's not a lot, be absolutely grateful and thankful for the little bit that you do have, because it's going to pave the way for you to attract even more. I'm working on a project right now where I'm going to be teaching a series of courses on abundance and how you attract that abundance into your life. And so I want you to stay tuned and stay connected. Share this piece with others. Share this brief podcast. Share Better Is Now the podcast with your friends, with your family members, because somebody needs to hear this, because they're struggling in this moment with what they don't have. But if you can help them to shift their focus and pay close attention to what they do have, they're going to change their frequency and tune in to the abundance that's already around them, that wants to bless them, that wants to bless you. So if this is something, this is spoken to you, please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of that amazing stuff. And listen, if you need a coach, if you're trying to get beyond where you are, reach out to me. I don't bite. Reach out to me. You can DM me. You can email me. You can visit me at the Oasis at oasismindspa.com. Again, that's oasismindspa.com. And I look forward to hearing from you. And comment down here below. Let me hear what your thoughts are on this topic. So again, abundance is yours. You can have it. Shift your focus. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. This has been A.D. Roberts. This is my passion. This is my purpose. And I love what I do to empower you every single week. I will see you next time. This is A.D. Roberts, and you have been listening to Better Is Now, the podcast. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for more inspiring content. Also, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to this podcast on your favorite platform like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube.